Okay, hello everyone. This is my Nicole Broadhurst with Bridge Elementary and Bridge X, and I am being joined today by Shoshanna Palmer with Classical Conversations. Hi, Shoshanna.
Hey.
Thank you so much for joining us. I really want to find out a lot of information about Classical Conversations because I've heard of the program, but I'm not familiar with in depth familiar with this. So this
Sure.
is going to be really helpful for me to learn about as well as everyone else. So how about you again introduce yourself and then just give us some information about Classical Conversation.
Okay. So my name is Shoshanna Palmer. I have been homeschooling for about 15 years now, and the last 7 of them with Classical Conversations. Classical Conversations, in a nutshell, they provide guidance and community for a Christian homeschooling curriculum. And they believe that I can be the best teacher for my own children. And so they strive to equip me with Christian worldview and the classical tools of learning.
Wonderful. Okay, so I know that this is for people that are really new to homeschooling. I have been homeschooling
Sure.
for 2 years myself. So can you just talk a little bit of the difference between Classical Conversations as a tutorial and not a co-op?
Okay. So all of our tutors and directors that are employed and have their own businesses, licensing the Classical Conversations material, they are trained by CC. And so we differ that way, I guess, from a co-op, having the trained tutors and directors.
Mhm.
And but all of our tutors and directors are still homeschooling moms, and their kids are in the program. So that might be something that we have in common with co-op.
Oh, okay, good. Also, how about can you explain what exactly is classical? What does classical mean when you say classical?
Sure. So there's so much out there on classical education right now.
Yeah.
Um, Really, very simply, just a um, the skills that we use to learn new things.
Mhm.
And so you might have heard the terms grammar, dialectic, and rhetoric, but those are, just skills and arts for how we process words, thoughts, and eventually actions. We have this whole beginning phase of just uh, acquiring knowledge and learning all the different words about a subject and just all of these tiny pieces of information. And then we want to move into being able to process that information and ask good questions so that eventually we can form our own opinions and share those and teach someone new. So,
Great. So
moving
what
past the
days
process.
so okay, so you meet at a location, correct?
Sure.
Okay. Where do you meet and how often do you meet?
So Classical Conversations meets one day per week. The elementary grades meet for 24 weeks in a year, and the uh, middle and high school years are 30 days per year. So we usually split that like 12 or 15 before Christmas and 12 or 15 after. And there are many communities all over Maryland. So we have a community in Bowie. We have Upper Marlboro, Temple Hills, Laurel, Beltsville. So just many communities in this area.
Oh, great. And also, how about what would be or what would you give as advice to a family that was entering Classical Conversations? Like, is there a mindset? Are they looking for a lot of work? Should they be prepared for when they enter to be successful?
Hmm. So I think there's a big difference between the elementary years and then the middle and high school years, of course. Um, so maybe if they're starting with young ones, I would say that they should buy the guide and the tin whistle and just enroll in a community because the director and the tutors there are going to be able to walk you through and model just a fun way to learn the memory work that we really focus on in the early years.
Oh, okay.
So it's very simple and does not require a lot of time investment in the early years. And it's a great way to get an introduction to homeschooling because it's just a lot of fun for the kids. They have a great time with it, singing the songs and doing the motions and all that good stuff is just a lot of fun, and it's a simple start to just building your vocabulary and starting to acquire all of these great pieces of information that we want our young ones to learn. If you're starting with an older student, you know, I would say read the books with them. Expect to read along with your students because the best learning tool is asking questions. And so when we're walking along along with our middle and high school students as they're learning, we want to be able to ask them good questions so that we can all learn together and really process the material that we're reading and so that we can have that shared understanding.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting that you say, I know since I've been homeschooling, I have learned so much with my kids. I mean, I used to think I was smart. I thought I was smart, but now I really am able to take what I'm learning as they're learning things. And, you know, of course, for us, we're hitting it a second time. This is their first time. And unless they're reviewing, you know, they're getting it again. But for me, I feel like I really know what's happening now and can really answer questions where before my kids came out of the public school system. And where before it was like, what did the teacher say? Well, if the teacher said it, then okay, we'll just kind of go with that. But now I really feel like I have a better grasp of being able to answer questions. And you're right, you know, working with them and sitting and talking and reading and really understanding what they're doing really helps you as well as it helps them because you're invested and they're invested. You did mention something
No doubt.
that I thought was interesting. You mentioned memory work, and I have heard that with other classical families, you know, people, they mention memory work. What does memory work mean?
Well, we have a guide for our 4 through 12-year-olds that goes in 3 cycles, and it just includes bits of information in different areas. So we learn math facts. We start with skip counting, and then we move on to multiplication tables, and we learn laws, all the laws in math to equip them for, you know, starting algebra in middle school. They learn history sentences. They just snippets of information about major world events. They learn a timeline that goes from creation to, you know, current to today. They, you know, learn English grammar and just bits of information and lists, you know, learning their prepositions and pronouns and learning all the definitions of the parts of speech. And so it's just all of this sort of basic knowledge that we really need to have in order to build on. Mm-hmm. So that's the memory work.
Good. I've heard people mention it. I always wonder, well, what exactly did they mean? I wasn't sure if that was just a classical conversation day. I understand what you're saying. It is all of the things that we really need to know. Once you have them memorized, you know, you're not even realizing that you're memorizing facts and information until you need it. And then you go, oh, okay.
Exactly. Right. And in fact, the classical conversations was originally designed to be just the challenge programs with the middle and the high school. And so it wasn't until a couple years after they had been operating challenge communities that they went back and wanted to fill in with good information to feed those years. And so that's how the Foundations program was written.
Oh, okay. And is that what challenge mean? Like, it's a challenges at different levels, right?
The challenge program starts at age 12 with challenge A. And so those are our middle and high school years.
Okay. And so, and if you're coming from, let's say, the public school system or at home working as a homeschool, to jump into a challenge, like let's say you're jumping in at high school, it shouldn't be that difficult of a transition, or you should expect kind of a rocky road, or you know.
I mean, if you're coming out of the public school, there's going to be transition no matter, you know, any homeschooling route you take. It's a big transition. For myself, my children started the program in Challenge A and in Challenge 2, which is 10th grade year. So we jumped into the Challenge program, and you know, it does take a little bit of scaling because they haven't accumulated all of the memory work that the longtime CC students have already in their mind. Um, but but we just worked together with it and scaled as necessary. And, it was a huge blessing to my family, and both of my children who started in the Challenge program have since graduated through Challenge 4.
Good. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so I guess as we wrap up, if you could just give us some information, we are going to list in the box, the description box below the video on our website, contact information. So if you could just give us contact information where we can find you, or who we could talk to, or someone could talk to if they have more questions or want to find out more information about Classical Conversation.
Great. Yeah. So my email address is spalmer@classicalconversations.com. And I'd be happy to direct you to a local community and director who would, just love to talk to anyone who's interested. And then also the website, all of the information that's available on the website is, really great to read and, start to dig into if you have questions. And then there are, we're doing right now, lots of online information meetings. So it's about an hour of your time. You can jump onto a Zoom call just like this one and just hear more about the programs from an experienced mama.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. Oh, and you brought up something really fast before we end. With this time, that what changes have you all had to make in still meeting? Like, we still have a number of weeks left at Bridge, and so we make our classes are digital. A lot of the tutors are doing different things. What are you finding that many of the tutors are doing with Classical Conversations to continue the education process until you get to the end of the school year?
Yeah, so it's been big changes these last couple of weeks. But we also have a couple more weeks. It's mid-April right now, so we usually wrap up the end of April and the beginning of May. And so we've gone online as well, and the tutors have met with their classes online. For more the elementary kids who don't always, love the online route as much. Directors have been amazing about getting all of the art and science supplies for our planned projects to the families, and just really mentoring the moms and the dads who are homeschooling to take it on, because we can do this. This is this is what we're practicing. We are teaching our children every day. And so CC itself has made lots of resources available, some of them for free, like the app. Anyone can download the CC app for the cycle that we did this year and take a look at all of our memory work. And for those who are enrolled in communities, there's just so much resourcing and information that's available through CC Connected, and all of that has been made available as well. So
wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Shoshanna, for joining me. I hope everyone, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to contact Shoshanna. She left her contact information. We'll have it at the bottom of the descriptive box. Once again, thanks for joining us with this virtual homeschool fair. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. I hope to hear from Shoshanna that she received a lot of people looking into Classical Conversations. So again, this is my Nicole Broadhurst with Bridge. Thank you again, Shoshanna. It was so nice.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Bye.